The Kansas Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired was founded in 1920. The Kansas Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired is celebrating its 100th anniversary. We have captured the life stories of some of our members, talking about the barriers they have had to face in terms both of discrimination and in employment situations.
Hello, I'm Tamara Carney, and so my presentation is about the Red Cross and Red Cross certification training that I had to get in order to get a couple of jobs that I've had. The first time I went in, it was because I needed it for a job taking care of multiply handicapped, severely disabled children. It was a respite care job, and I needed to have Red Cross training in all kinds of CPR and as well as infant CPR in order to have this job. Well, the job interview went fine. The director of the program was someone I knew well, and we had worked together amicably on a number of projects in the community where I was living. And anyway, everything went fine until I went in for my Red Cross training. I walked in the door, and this guy said, "Well, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I'm here to get certified in first aid for my Red Cross certification for a job that I'm taking." He let loose with a lot of swear words. I was like, "Whoa, dude, this is hardcore." Not at all what I was expecting. But he wasn't happy about it, but he let me finish the program. The infant CPR guy was not a problem at all. He was no problem, but this guy was not happy that I was there. He did, as I said, he let me complete the program. He even read the test questions to me. And I thought, okay, this has been pretty nicely resolved. Well, when I went to work for this organization, I discovered that he was the EMT who was there, in case there was an emergency with the kids. And something had happened between the time I took the certification and when I came into work, because the director of the program was very cold toward me. The EMT was very cold toward me. The staff was always kind of looking, watching everything I did. I know some of you maybe have been in jobs like that where, they nitpick at you. They're just constantly watching the blind person to make sure that he or she doesn't, do anything really bizarre or something. I don't know. I heard them talking about me behind my back. It was just a horrible work experience. So even though the certification part of it was resolved, the working conditions were just really hellacious for me. Okay, so I got through that okay. Fast forward a few years, a lot of years, and whoosh, we're on the other side of the world. I'm living in Australia. And once again, I'm taking a job that requires, guess what?
Training.
Yeah, Red Cross certification again. So I go in to take my class, and the lady the instructor says, she didn't swear at me, which is kind of unusual in Australia because, you know, they kind of like those kinds of words. But she says, you can't take this class. And I said, oh, well, I need it for this job. Where is your carer? My who? You know, I didn't get the Australian jargon either because I was pretty new at that stage. And but basically, she was wondering where my care provider, who would be, of course, taking care of me the whole time, you know, where that person was. I'm like, well, I don't have a carer. Anyway, she did not let me take the class. I had to resolve it through the Human Rights Commission, and they let me take another class with another instructor. So, you know, I did get the training, but it was just, you know, so humiliating in those two situations. So anyway, that's my discrimination story, and I guess I'll stick to it.
Learn more about KABVI at kabvi.com.